Welcome to Through the Lens of Astrology. I'm your host, Heather Arielle, and this episode is about the Sun in Gemini as well as Mercury Retrograde, which is also in Gemini. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot about Gemini. And then next week, boy, we have a nice new moon, and we also have Mars going into Leo. So, we'll, look forward to that. Okay, so Gemini energy. All right, and I got my cards, and these cards are from the Fundamentals of Astrology, a 52 card deck and guidebook that I created with artist Tom Cummins. I love little Gemini. I got a lot of Gemini going on, so I love this little watercolor that Tom Cummins did. I feel it's so playful, and it also captures the beautiful duality that is Gemini. Okay, so Sun in Gemini, as it says on the card, young at heart, and I love that song. Okay, whoa, I just got a little flash because I got little lights here. Okay, young at heart, release your inner child and rediscover your wondrous sense of play. And boy, in a nutshell, with Gemini energy, it is really a time to say, okay, yeah, things can get so serious. Oh my gosh, and we got to be adult so much of the time. And Gemini says, try to always stay connected as you can to your inner child, right? To your inner child. And that is the sense of play, right? We all start as children. We all play as children. And then, life just gets, oh boy, so serious sometimes. And so Gemini is there to say, you know what, no matter what's going on, no matter what, we can still connect to our inner child and really have the lighter moments. Okay, so now we're also going to do, I developed an oracle card spread just to help us get in touch with Gemini energy. And then we're also going to do the Mercury retrograde oracle card spread that I do on the show whenever we have a Mercury retrograde, as we are going to have May 29th. So we're going to do, yeah, it's going to be oracle card spread day to day. Okay, now the planet connected, just to do a little, just so you know, a little recap, but to say, well, what's really connected to Gemini? All right, we got Mercury, the planet Mercury. And Mercury is it's the messenger, right? So Mercury, it's all Gemini and Mercury. When you combine those, this is really about thoughts. What are we thinking? It's about the mind. How do we share what we think? How do we express that? And the messenger, often with Gemini, I always say it's great energy to send messages and to communicate because it is the fastest air sign. Now, Aries is the fastest. It makes things happen fastest. The actions, people, it's like actions go fast with Aries. But Gemini, because it's the mind and it's thinking, thoughts speed up and communication speeds up. And oh my goodness, things can go so fast when we start to communicate with a lot of Gemini energy. When Gemini energy is in the chart or in the uh, when Gemini energy is going on, communication speeds up, and all of a sudden it's these very fast exchanges back and forth, and it's like, oh my gosh. So it is amazing energy to communicate. All right, that's what Mercury brings. Mercury is also writing, it's teaching, it's lecturing, right? So it's not just the let's go have tea and socialize and chat, but this is write a novel, read something, lecture. This is the whole, all the Mercury energy. And it is connected to the third house. And the third house, well, that is the house of ideas. Yeah, so this really is about, this is also teaching, lecturing, especially going to early school, right? Your early education, siblings, your neighborhood. So it's sort of that, and it's a short distance travel. So Mercury is the quick exchange. Mercury and Gemini, quick exchanges. It's what's going on in your neighborhood. It can be very fast, and it can be little day trips, maybe. Like it's like the activity, your daily activity can get really sped up. or activity in your neighborhood with Gemini energy and that third house. But think about the ideas. Now, okay, the element, which I've said I think already, the element is air. All right, so air. Just remember, air is all about thoughts. What are we thinking, and how are we communicating? And it is of the mind. It is of the mind, air, and mutable. Okay, that's the modality. Remember, we have mutable, fixed, and cardinal. So the mutable modality, okay, survival of the fittest. A new approach may be the solution. Be flexible and adapt. So Gemini energy, above all, because it brings in this mutability, okay, it is all about bending like a willow, bending like a willow. All right, where there's a fluidity. There's a, okay, this happened. I'm gonna do a course correction, and it also brings up the duality. Now, all mutable signs. You bring in Sagittarius, you bring in Virgo, you bring in Pisces. Okay, they're all mutable. They're all very adaptable. Okay, they can all bend like willows when there's mutability. But because Gemini, the twins, look, the twins, Gemini has the duality. Okay, so that means Gemini is the most adaptable because it is embracing duality every moment. Okay, so if you have Gemini energy in your chart, it's that ability to hold two ideas at the same time. Now, when we talk about Libra energy, they look at more than one idea too, but with Libras it's sort of like a scale balance of like, I'm gonna go here, and then, oh, okay, you know what, I'm gonna see this side. They don't really hold the ideas at the same time. They more bounce back and forth, or they're able to say, I'm gonna understand all these ideas. Gemini is really saying, no, I'm going to live in duality. Every moment of my life is going to have that dual existence. And that is when you combine the mutable air with the Gemini twins. So, while the sun is in Gemini, and the sun's going to be in Gemini till June till June 20th. Till June 20th. We got the summer solstice, right? The summer solstice, then we enter into Cancer energy. So we got the sun, but then we also have Mercury retrograde in Gemini, and that's going to be May 29th to June 22nd. So, we've just got some Gemini energy, right, for the next few weeks. And so if you don't have Gemini in your chart, open yourself up to the idea of duality, to nuance, allow that nuanced thinking, and also, think about, go through sort of everything in your life and say, well, okay, where maybe do I need to bend more like a willow? Okay, maybe where have I been a little, because we just got, we just got out of all the Taurus energy, which is so strong and it's so fixed. Okay, and so it's like everything lightens up. Taurus is like the bull, and it's strong and it's here. And then things go into Gemini and things get lighter. They move up to the air, right? And it's like fluid. There's a fluidity. We want to embrace that, right? We want to embrace that energy. So, okay, so we're going to do, all right, now I am going to keep the Gemini card out as a focus card, and then I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to put the other cards back in the deck. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, and then we're going to do the oracle card spread for the sun in Gemini. And, just keep in mind, if you have Gemini in your chart, then everything I say about Gemini, these gifts are open to you every moment of your life. And, for people who don't have Gemini in their natal chart, well, then when the energy's in Gemini, it's a chance to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to have me some of that for the next few weeks. It's like, just have fun with it and do your best to embrace with the energy. So that's really why I do these group oracle card spreads, to sort of just help us be present with the energy. It's not about controlling. It's not about telling us that we have to feel a certain way. It's saying, okay, if you can connect to this energy, it's going to be a little bit easier uh, to connect. It's like it's as if this energy is more open to you. All right. So the first card. Okay, the first card is going to be, well, just what Gemini is all about is how can we have what energy, if we embrace, will enhance our communication skills, because it really is all about communication. Gemini is all about communication. And we're a lot more social now. People are getting the vaccine, everything's opening up. And so Gemini's energy is really good for socializing. And even a Mercury retrograde in Gemini is great for getting back in touch with people and things like that. Okay. All right. So if we embrace this energy, we will enhance our communication skills. Okay. Oh, okay, that's beautiful card. The sextile. Okay, so the sextile. Oh, we just saw. Okay, the sextile is an aspect. So we have aspects in astrology, as our planets form aspects with each other. So you may have heard that. This is an opportunity aspect, and you see this cute little watercolor. The little bird, it's a woman holding a little bird, and the bird's like, I got something to tell you. As when opportunity comes chirping, learn the song and sing along. So it is an opportunity. This is a great card to get in any oracle card spread. The sextile is a fantastic one because it really does mean that there are opportunities around you. So if we want to, all right, so that really means embrace the opportunities. And maybe you don't realize the opportunity. Maybe you're in sometimes we get into a space and we stop seeing that there are a lot of opportunities around us. So this is, I'm very happy that we got this card, because this is saying for all of us, look around. There are wonderful opportunities. Make sure that we see them. All right. And then communicate also. Use your communication skills. All right. Well, that's a great card to get us going. All right. Now, the second card, is about play. I talked about how Gemini is play. So this is really, if we embrace this energy, it will help us to be more playful, right? It's just going to help us lighten up a little bit and have that connect us to that wondrous sense of play. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh my, wow. Okay. Well, this is a great card. Okay. So we got the ninth house and we got it reversed. So now this is take your show on the road. All right. Now this is the house of publicity. So publish, speak out, spread the word. Self promotion is favored now. Oh, this is a fantastic card. Now, this also, now the publicity, okay, this is the house of publicity. So this means for everybody listening, and remember, if you're listening to through the lens of astrology, yeah, you're part of the group. And these messages are for you as they are for me. I am part of the group. I'm not above the group. I'm part of the group. So you're listening. Oh my goodness. You're going to have we all have opportunities to publicize. All right. This is also this is publicity, but this is also writing. So make sure that yeah, if there's anything you all are trying to, if you feel like, oh, if only more people knew about this, right? That kind of thing. Okay, well, guess what? You got the energy. Use the beautiful Gemini communication skills, right? Write the letter, make the phone call, tell people. Use your words. It's use your words. That's beautiful. And this is also long distance travel. Well, the travel's opened up. So maybe, oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? Maybe there's an opportunity to take a trip. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, maybe there's an opportunity to take a trip with this. Um, ninth house is also exploring people who are different from you, different languages, different food. It's the house of foreigners, right? And so you maybe really want to change your location and really spice it up with something just totally different. That's also a ninth house activity. And definitely anything in theater and writing. And this is also higher education, the ninth house. And that goes along so there could be you know what, there could be an opportunity for you to teach. Somebody could say, hey, you want to teach something? You want to go somewhere? You want to travel somewhere? This is, I have to say, I'm loving this spread. Okay, this is very inspiring. All right, now the third card. Now this has to do with the mutable aspect. Remember, mutable is the modality. Okay, so because Gemini energy is mutable, we want to bend like a willow, right? So this card that I'm going to pull next is going to help us to say, if we embrace this energy, it will help us to bend like a willow, right? And say, okay, this is an area where maybe we should be a little flexible. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Oh my gosh, my cards are, oh my, you know what? That's really strange. I'm gonna take that card off. We're gonna get an extra card because that was kind of doing weird things. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. First house card. Okay, that's kind of like the Rosie the Riveter card. I love that. It's like, yeah. So this is the do-it-yourself card. Yeah, this is the card of self-reliance. This is the house of self-reliance, the first house. Embrace the self-starter in you and initiate your dream project. Okay. So that's beautiful. So that really means the first house is a do-it-yourself card. Now, if it's saying, let's be a little flexible, let's bend like a willow, this is actually saying, maybe you want to partner with someone. Because if what you're doing right now is just so much yourself, that's a big burden, isn't it? So maybe think about, how could you lessen that burden? That's what that's saying. If we need to be mutable with this, we need to bring other people in, and we need to say, hey, I can't do all this myself. You want a partner? Because that's the opposite. The opposite of the first house is the seventh house, is the house of partnership and collaboration. And so if you get whatever card you get for the third card in the Gemini spread, you kind of want to do the opposite. That's how that works, because the mutability is saying, let's be flexible with that. Wow. Okay. I'm loving this spread. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. And that card that was kind of like shaken and I took off is the Taurus card. Okay. So that's, we're just going to hold kind of over everything. All right, that's a very strong card. It's a very strength card. And this is get real. And this is make sure that you're manifesting in real and tangible ways. So, and it's a very strong card. So that's interesting. This is just kind of was kind of echoing and kind of covering the whole spread. Okay. Now here we go. The fourth card. Okay. Oh, nuance. Yeah. Okay. So Gemini is the twins, and that's all about nuance and duality. So what energy, if we embrace, can we really bring? Will enhance our ability to have nuanced thoughts, right? So we don't get to all or nothing, right? We don't get to all or nothing. Let's allow for the nuance and for the duality to exist. Okay. Okay. Amen. Oh, oh my gosh. I am happy to see this card. This gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The sun. Sorry, I didn't even say what it was. I was so moved that I forgot to say what it was. We got the sun card, folks. Okay. The sun is always a blessing. The sun is beautiful. The sun is a ray of light. The sun illuminates, and the sun is really, really gorgeous. And the sun has some optimism, has a lot of energy. So that really means make sure. Well, and this is like positivity. This is major positivity energy. So this is saying the nuance, the energy that we need to be bringing in to make sure that our thoughts don't become all or nothing is the sun. Oh my gosh. So we got to have a lot of hope right now. We got to connect to our optimism. We got to say that no matter what's going on, oh my gosh, I'm very moved by this spread, I have to say, that we have all of these opportunities to publicize. Wow. And the sun. And the sun is also clarity, which means pay attention to what really goes on over the next few weeks with the Gemini energy, because it also means clarity and transparency. Nothing hides in the sun, right? The sun illuminates everything it touches. So that's great. We want things to come out in the open. Oh, and we got the Mercury. Well, let's see what happens in the Mercury retrograde spread. But that's wow. Okay. Now, the fifth and final card, the highest manifestation of Gemini energy is the ability to make connections. That's really, I always talk about, well, what's the highest manifestation? That's it. Connections. It's Geminis. When Geminis are in balance, they connect things that other people can't connect. And that's a real gift. And so with Gemini energy, just try to open your mind up to that to say, okay, what can we connect? Ideas, people, and then communication and connection. So this card is, if we embrace this energy, what will help us connect with the energy? Okay. Okay, so let's embrace this energy, and it will help us to make those necessary connections. So then we can, wow, take advantage of opportunities. My goodness. And enjoy that optimistic sun. Okay. All right. What's going to help us make connections? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. This is the medium. This is the MC card. Wow, that's a big card. Oh my gosh. Okay. These are 10th house issues. All right. So 10th house issues, that is all about your status, your reputation. What are you doing? What's your calling? Not what your job is, but what is your calling in life, right? So what's going to help us make connections is think about your professional life, okay? And think about if we combine that with, okay, I'm going to hold this up. Okay. So if we combine our 10th house, our status, our reputation, that's also, are we married? Are we divorced? Where are we living? What is our calling in life? All of that is a 10th house issue. Okay. That means if there are opportunities, there could be opportunities that we don't realize um, to yeah, there are opportunities that concerning the 10th house. There are 10th house opportunities that are going to become clear, and that they may even, you know what, be open. You may be asked to go somewhere that you may have to travel for this, or it's either, you know what, it's either just an education thing, or you may be asked to either literally physically go somewhere, or to do something with people who are very different from you, and be open to that, right? This is the ninth house, and Sag is connected to the ninth house. Remember, it's all about tolerance. So we want to be tolerant. So really be open to that idea. But there is, we got two very public cards for this spread. Ninth house reversed, and we got 10th house reversed. Wow. Okay. So that really means what is going on, that there's a lot of publicity right now. You have publicity on on the 10th house. So let's take advantage of it. So, we're going to enter in the Mercury retrograde. Really think about, well, okay, what do you want to be doing with that 10th house? If you're married, look at your marriage. If you're, even if you're not married, if you have a significant partner, okay, that's a 10th house relationship. That if everyone knows that you are together with somebody, okay. So you're going to want to look at that. It's shining a light. There's tremendous publicity uh, on the 10th house. So just go over those 10th house issues and say, well, okay, uh, are all of those is everything concerning that the way that you want it? Are you doing the job you want to do? Look at your relationship. Where are you living? It's not impossible a relocation with this. It doesn't have to be, but that ninth house is, you never know. You never know with that ninth house. Now, all right, and just think about the actions you're taking um, with that. Okay, and we did get the MC reversed. So whenever you get the MC reversed, just be a little extra present to say, okay, look at those 10th house issues and just make sure that you are completely happy with what's going on, because when we get it reversed, we can become out of balance with our 10th house because of the retrograde. We went into the retrograde May 29th. Okay, so we've been in the Mercury retrograde for a couple of days. So that means we really want to embrace these energies. Even though we're going to do a separate Mercury retrograde spread, this energy is influencing. So it means add a reflective layer to this. Typically, when we do our sun sign spreads, it's forward momentum. So that just means during the retrograde, as you reflect on these issues, wonderful opportunities, but that we could be out of balance with our 10th house. So think about that. Okay. Now, and I should have mentioned, okay, when this card popped out, when I pulled it up, it was reversed, the Taurus card. So that's no bullies allowed. That's kind of a strong card. When you get the Taurus card reversed, I mean, no bullies allowed. So make sure, look at everything going on in your life. Make sure no one's trying to control you, right? And yeah, no bullies allowed, and no one has the right to control you. And you're going to make your own decisions. So, wow. Okay, you know what? Because we have the Mercury retrograde spread, I want to get right onto it. I'm very, very pleased with this spread, I have to say. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, you know what? Just because I have to put these back in, I'm going to take a really quick picture. So I have this. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to put them back in, and we're going to do the Mercury retrograde spread. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Now, all right. So to jump into the Mercury retrograde. All right, here's the Mercury retrograde card. And just remember, Mercury retrograde, it's just in general, it is a reflective time, right? We want to exhale a little. Now, everybody's super busy. It's not as if we can stop doing things that we're doing, but it just means try to incorporate some activity that really allows you to do some downtime. Okay. That's really what it is about. Now, there are many layers of that. Often I talk about, oh, it's a wonderful time to rejuvenate, right? And I always oh my gosh, I always have these aspirations, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a 3-week fast. And I just mentioned fast. I'm not a doctor. Please go to a doctor if you're interested in fasting. I'm not telling anybody to fast. Okay. I'm just sharing some personal stories. Okay. So for me, I always like, oh, yes, okay, let me try to do a major detox fast. Oh, let me try to do some extra meditation. So if you can do it, that's beautiful. But I want to share a story because I think it's relevant. I hope it's relevant. Okay. So this retrograde is in Gemini. All the retrogrades this year are in air signs. We have Mercury retrograde back in February was in Aquarius, and now it's in Gemini. We're going to have one in fall, which is going to be in Libra. Okay. So when retrogrades are in air signs, yeah, It's really about what are we thinking, all right? Let's really be reflective, journal, just write down what you're thinking. Try not to censor yourself. Just keep that journal. I do voice memos because I talk so fast. I just do a million voice memos. So just, if you're comfortable, if you want to write, if you want to type, or if you just want to do a voice memo, but reconnect with what you're thinking. Now, with the Gemini energy, it is social. So it is an excellent time to reconnect and socialize and reach out and say, oh, well, what are you up to right now? Oh, I'm up to this one. What are you up to? And talk about all of those things. Okay. Now, but what I wanted to say, um, so with the retrograde, be present with your energy. I talk about be present with your energy. And sometimes, I was talking to someone and I felt, well, you know what? It doesn't mean force yourself to feel good. Okay. This is a really important point. Okay. It's really important if you get angry, if you get sad, that you are present. We don't deny our feelings. We don't try to pretend to feel a certain way, right? Be present. And then by being present, that's how you get through it and actually get over being angry or get over being sad. Okay. Now, if you can, I also talk about, oh my gosh, do your meditation, do your fasting. But I want to share a little something, what happened to me, because maybe this will help clarify what can and can't happen. So I had a very strange experience during the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, which was in February. I was so certain that I was going to do a 3-week fast. I had these plans. And I'm bringing this up because retrogrades are also about reversals and refinement. Okay. So we have the best plans, right? And then a retrograde hits, and I think, oh, this is what I'm going to do for this retrograde. And then something happens. And it's like, well, definitely not going to be doing that now. And it's okay. That's part of the point. So, yes, we want to make plans and try to say, okay, how can I really best use this retrograde energy? But also, my goodness, allow for the reversals, allow for then allow for the refinement. So for the February one, because I did a video, so some of you may have watched that video or heard that episode. I said, oh, I want to do a 3-week fast, and I'm just gonna, I had all these plans. Well, I then was exposed to someone who had COVID, so I had to do a COVID quarantine, which I didn't talk about because I don't like to talk about I don't really talk about things like that as they're going on. I talk about them later. So it was like, well, okay, everything changed. I had to immediately switch locations. I went to this tiny apartment in New York, which I thought, oh my gosh, I really didn't want to be there that was still very much in the pandemic, and it's very, very crowded. And I said, well, okay. And I was a little demoralized by that. And I didn't fast. I mean, that apartment was next to a Baskin Robbins. Yeah, I didn't fast. I didn't fast. And and then it's like, well, I did some things, I just really let my hair down and said, you know what? This is a reversal. It's more about incorporating activities where you feel you take a little pressure off yourself, you forgive yourself if you can, okay, during a retrograde, and relax. And so, even if you can't do the highest manifestation of what that rejuvenation is, my point is, no matter what, be present with your energy. And I'll tell you, I was really hard on myself during that retrograde, but I came out of it very productive, even though um, well, one good thing I did watch, I don't know, I love Ellen Barkin. Oh my gosh. I watched the most amazing show with Ellen Barkin, and it's like, she gave it the performance of the century. I can't remember what it was called, but you just Google Ellen Barkin and you'll see her latest. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. And I would not have had the pleasure to experience her performance had I really done what I was supposed to be doing. Had I, stuck to my plan and done my fast and done these certain things, I would not have had I would not have done that. But I was like, you know what? I'm in COVID quarantine, and I'm in a place that I really didn't want to be in. And you know what? Let's just do it. And I thought about that, and I said, but you know what? I'm telling you, it's one of the all-time best performances I've ever seen in anything. And so it's like, wow, that was a pleasure. And I didn't expect it. And that's a reversal, a major reversal that comes with retrograde. So when I'm sharing this to say, just remember, I really mean it when I say I'm part of the group. I'm not above it, right? And that this is how we're all in the group together. And it's not about trying to reach a place of perfection. Yeah, ain't no such thing. Okay, there's no such thing. And it's not about that. It's about finding ways to be present with your energy. Yes, have the plans. Oh my gosh, I have lots of plans, but allow for reversals, allow for refinement of those plans. And ultimately, and then you can forgive yourself. And I came out of that retrograde and I ended up being amazingly productive out of that retrograde. So when we are present with our energy, we actually do what we need to be doing to heal. And it may not be what we expect. So that's what I wanted to say because, yeah, that's all. Because I had a very specific, and that was also Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Aquarius is unique. So sometimes we have one of a kind unusual experiences when a retrograde is in Aquarius. And that was a classic example. Not only was there a reversal, but it was just like, this is wild. What's going on? But anyway, I hope that helped. Now, okay, and I took a photo. Let me just go back to this because it helps me with the time. Okay, great. All right, so we're in the Mercury retrograde. Let's do that Mercury retrograde spread. Okay, and I'm going to put in we'll see if we get any of the same cards. Okay. Now, okay, so what is the focus of reflection for the group for this Mercury retrograde? Okay. And I definitely want to reiterate, I'm not a doctor, so, I'm just sharing. I love to fast. You go find yourself a good functional medicine doctor if you're interested in that. Okay. Okay. All right. So the focus of reflection. The focus of reflection for this Mercury retrograde. Okay. Which goes on until June 22nd. Oh man. Oh my. Oh my gosh. All right. It's Aquarius energy reversed. All right. Ooh, okay. The focus of reflection is Aquarius. Well, let's think about, when it's reversed, it's rebel with a cause. All right. It's really important that when we get this card, it is good to be a rebel, but just make sure that you have a real cause and that you're not just being a contrarian, right? Just saying no for no reason, right? And it's also, I was just talking about the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius that we had in February. This is unique. This is celebrate your unique voice. You're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. And this is all about the group also. So this is saying that be responsible for the group, right? We're all together, help each other, help each other. And this is also find your group because we've got a lot of energy. Saturn is still in Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius. I'm in the Mary Kaswani camp. We're in the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius is in groups. And I do say, hey, I'm a feminist. Some people say, we don't need that anymore. No more groups. Well, we do. We do need groups. So I'm not embarrassed to say that. I'm a feminist. Find your group. Find your group. Because that's Aquarius is about that. And this is reform energy. We can reform in beautiful ways, right? When we find our group. Okay. Focus of reflection. Okay, now that can also mean there are Aquarians in your life, that you may need to think about. Okay, now the second card is about an area to reconnect because remember, retrograde is all about oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so a card flew out, and you know what? it is one of the same cards we just got, but thank goodness it's reversed. I mean, we got it reversed for the Sun in Gemini. This is fantastic. We got the MC card this time. We got it upright. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, we got it that way before. Okay, so you know what? 10th house issues, what it's all about right now, folks. Really think about those 10th house issues. Think about your calling, okay? The 10th house is not a job you do to make money. A 10th house is who are you? Who are you? Your calling. What is your mission? What are you trying to do? Okay? Think about that. This is a public relationship, your marriage or a public relationship. This is where do you live? Right? These are your parents too. You know, this is things that people can find out about you without knowing you intimately. Okay, so reconnect. And you know, since the Gemini spread got the sextile opportunity, that was a very positive spread. So that means, hey, you know what? You got opportunities. You got 10th house opportunities, MC opportunities. So have a lot of hope because we also got the sun. So yeah, let's keep hope alive. Okay. Now the third is to reignite an area to reignite. All right. This is an area to reignite during this Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Okay, area to reignite. Amen. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we got the same card. We got it. We got this. Okay, these spreads are really speaking to each other. And in astrology, you know, whenever an astrologer looks at your chart, you know, one transit, no matter how great or how stressful, is just one transit. What an astrologer looks for, they look for transits to echo, to reinforce, right? And so I always like to involve the cards because then the cards can echo and reinforce. Well, these spreads are really echoing each other because now in both of these spreads, we've got two of the same cards. So we need to reignite the ninth house reverse. So the ninth house is publicity. So everyone listening, if you've got something to publicize, speak out, spread the word, shout it from the rooftops. This is saying, come on, go ahead, you got to publicize. This is also beautiful for higher education. Take that class, teach that class, okay? This is very metaphysical, and this is take that trip. This is long distance travel. Okay, go ahead, take that trip and explore and deal with people who are different from you. Okay, this is the house of tolerance. This is the house of foreigners. Okay, foreigners are our friends, right? So hang out with people who maybe don't speak your language or, you know, all of that. And we're going to be richer. We're going to be richer for it. Okay. My mom loves to travel. I watch so many travel shows with my mom, and we watch a lot of Rick Steves. And you know, travel is really important, and just the idea of broadening, and travel creates empathy because when we're around people who are different, we become tolerant, right? And then we don't, because we need to be really tolerant of people. This is also, you know what, this is the house of beliefs. This is the house of beliefs. So we want to reignite our own beliefs, but we also want to um, reignite tolerance. If you get the ninth house and we want to reignite tolerance and to say, these are our beliefs. This is what somebody else believes. And we don't persecute people for their beliefs. Okay. Yeah. That's ninth house. Ninth house is tolerance and beliefs. Wow. This turning into a powerful spread. Okay. Okay. Now, the fourth area is an area to refine. Okay, we're going to refine, an area to refine. Because, and think about it, a Mercury retrograde in general, we want to refine, but Gemini energy, because it's mutable, it's bend like a willow, find a new approach, right? Make an adjustment. Yeah, that's very Gemini too. Okay, here we go. An area to refine. I'm Wow, I'm really liking these spreads. I'm finding a lot of inspiration. I hope you all are too. They're definitely inspiring me. Okay. An area to refine. Okay. Amen. Well, I don't know what we're going to do there. A lot of just, you know what? I'm just going to, this card kind of popped out. We're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. Okay. The Mars card reversed. Now remember Mars. That is our action. That is our ability to do something. Now, this says assert yourself. And okay, a conflict is brewing. Time to face it head on. This, oh, wow. Let's read that. Okay. And I don't normally, yeah, with this, I've got this weird light on today. So it's a little hard for me to see today. A conflict is brewing. Time to face it head on. The situation will be resolved in your favor. Okay. I'm kind of liking this card. This is not a bad card to have in a spread. Oh my goodness. All right, folks, assert yourself. So when the Mars is reversed, it means maybe we're not being as assertive as we need to be. Go ahead. This is great. Assert yourself. Yeah, there's conflict. There's probably a conflict going on, but assert yourself. Whew, and you're going to be able to resolve it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, it's always very strong when you get Mars because Mars is warrior energy. Mars is action. So Gemini is thinking, right? It's thinking, it's ideas. Mars is doing things. Mars is taking action. Okay? All right. Wow, that surprised me. Okay. Now, the fifth and final card is the highest manifestation of retrograde energy is finding ways to rejuvenate, right? And sometimes we find that highest, we're like, ooh, I'm going to fast and I'm going to do my rounding and major meditation. Or maybe it's just, you know what? I'm going to binge watch something, but you can rejuvenate in both ways. It's giving yourself permission to let your hair down, right? Let your hair down and relax. Okay, so the path to rejuvenation, because that's what it's all about. We want to find what can we do? What activities can we do? What can we do that will bring real rejuvenation into our life? Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, path to rejuvenation. I'm just going to shuffle just a couple more. Okay. Amen. Oh my. Well, they didn't show up. We're just going to go with this one. My cards are really flipping and flying today. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got the moon card reversed. All right. We got that new moon coming up next week. We got Mars going into Leo. So that's going to be a big show. Okay. The path to rejuvenation. Oh my goodness. I can see clearly now, as it says. The fog is lifting. You'll soon have the answers you need to make an informed decision. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you, this echoes, okay, the moon, yes, generally is hidden and the sun is illumination. However, because we got the moon reversed, it's like the sun. So if you're at home and you're doing cards and you get the moon reversed, that's a kind of as if you just pulled the sun. And remember, we got the sun as part of the sun in Gemini spread. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got, yeah. All right. So that means there's a lot of illumination open to us. Um, the fog is lifting, thank goodness, because boy, oh boy, I like things to be clear. So clarity is coming in. This is also publicity card. When we get the moon reversed, it's saying publicize. Wow. Okay. That is a major echoing. That is a major echoing of the ninth house. Publicity, publicity. So again, if there's anything y'all are doing that you feel you want people to know about, you are getting a green light. You're getting two cards in the Mercury retrograde spread, and you're getting the sun in the Gemini spread. So that means there is, and you got the ninth house in both spreads, and you got the ninth house reversed in both spreads. So go ahead, illuminate, shine the light, publicize, okay? Publicize and know that more clarity is coming. And if, because of the energy in Gemini, use your words, do your communication to help bring that, to help clarify. Okay, so, oh my goodness. All right, so now let's just, because this really surprised. I'm always surprised by these. I'm always surprised, but I am surprised in a very good way. So everyone listening, these are beautiful messages. All right. So just to reiterate, to take away, because in these messages are really beautiful Gemini energies till late June. Definitely be tolerant, connect to your beliefs, honor the beliefs of others. We got this in both. We got the ninth house reversed in both spreads. Assert yourself. Assert yourself. Oh my gosh, we got the no bullies allowed in the first spread. Yeah, no bullies allowed. Okay, no bullies allowed. You are in control of your destiny, right? Yeah. So you connect. This is the beautiful personal reflective opportunity that a retrograde. Make sure no matter how busy you are, even if you just have 10 minutes, just make sure that you have where you exhale, you reflect, and you do an activity that doesn't stress you out and that brings you some joy and some relaxation. I bring up Ellen Barkin again because I'll tell you that was a real surprise. And it really, I'm going to remember that performance for the rest of my life, so you can, surprise yourself, do an activity that surprises you. And it can rejuvenate you in surprising ways. That's part of the reversals. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. And the two zodiac signs we got today, Aquarius and Taurus. So, connect with people. Oh, hey, always people who out there who resonate to Aquarius and Taurus. We need your energies. We need your in-balance energies. So step up to the plate. It's your turn. It's like I say, we can't all do everything all the time. So step up to the plate and be generous with your gifts. Aquarius, help the group, right? Aquarius is helping the group, and help the group with Aquarius energy. And Taurus is helping to add value to what you're doing, making things real, right? And giving it the tenacity to get to the finish line. And then with the Gemini spread, I got to look at the picture now to just make sure I'm remembering, even though I know we got a couple of, oh geez Louise. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these spreads really speak to one another. So if you're at home and you're doing spreads, really, if you get the same card in a couple of spreads, if the spreads start to speak to each other, pay attention to that, because it elevates that energy. So the ninth house energy of tolerance, of beliefs, of publicity is elevated. 10th house issues, hugely elevated. MC, what is your calling in life, right? Check in with your marriage, check in with your parents. Where do you want to live? Check in with the issues that people can find out about you without really knowing. But oh my gosh, keep hope alive. Oh my goodness, the sun and the moon reversed. Oh, these are very positive messages. These are beautiful, positive messages. Okay, so now, because I have just a couple of moments left, I am just going to pull a couple of cards for people who are very dear to me. Just because I didn't get a chance to ask for any messages. Because you never know, sometimes I have some time. So I'm just going to pull a card. I'm going to pull a card for my mom, and I'm going to pull a card for Carolyn, who does so much. Oh my gosh, is my partner in crime for sure. I'm going to pull a card for Jennifer. Yeah, so I'm going to pull a card for some of the people who are really just with me all the time, helping me. Okay, all right. Okay, in these last few minutes. Okay. All right, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, okay. All right. So for my beautiful mother, the Pisces card. So for her, get really creative. She is so creative, and she wants to finish some writing. So you know what, Mom? This is from my guides. Okay, this just popped out. You gotta get back to your writing. You have beautiful creative vision that I want you to share. And also, this is about universal love. This is about one person falls and we all fall. So absolutely represents my mom big time, in that she really understands that we are all so connected and that we need to help each other. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. All right. Carolyn got the Taurus card. All right, Carolyn, just connect. You can achieve anything you want when you get the Taurus card, when you connect to beautiful tenacity. So, all right, Carolyn, connect to your beautiful tenacity. And you've got a lot of earth in your chart. You can make things real. You can make things real with that. You throw this in with all your beautiful Capricorn. This is beautiful manifesting energy. And Carolyn adds so much value to everything I do. So this is also saying Carolyn adds a lot of value. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Jennifer, okay, my beautiful producer. Boy, do you have opportunities. You have so many opportunities around you. You got the sextile card. Okay. So, all right. Those are some three beautiful cards for some three women who really helped me a lot. Okay. All right. So, I hope you enjoyed that. And next week, we're going to explore the new moon, solar eclipse. We're going to explore Mars in Leo. You know how I always like to let you know what Mars is doing, because boy, does Mars make things happen. But until then, yeah, enjoy and embrace transformation.